All right, gang, exercise of the week number 1 for pull pattern in October. We're going to work on the transition between down dog and plank. Both of those are very familiar positions, and we're going to just use coaching cues to focus on something a little bit different in those positions. So we're starting on our hands and knees. We're going to find neutral in the lower spine, and we're going to find neutral through the scapular region, shoulder blade area. So we're going to start here. You're going to arch the lower back, round the lower back. Try to keep the head and shoulders pretty neutral here. So it's arch, round, arch, neutral. So we've come into that neutral flat back position from the extended or arch position so that this is an active supported position. Abs and glutes are on to hold you there. From here, we're going to keep the elbows straight and move the chest toward the floor. Shoulder retraction, shoulder blades come together. Then we push the chest away from the shoulder protraction. There's a muscle in there called the serratus anterior. So these are called serratus presses, and we're just going to stay right here in this hands and knees position and work on that control. So we can find stability in the same, in the middle, in the same way we did for the lower back. So we're going to go down, chest up, chest down, chest up, chest down, into neutral. Now the serratus is engaged in supporting the shoulders. Anybody with shoulder issues, they can just work on these 2 steps. Otherwise, you're going to slide the feet back to find plank. So you're just going to keep the spine is nice and neutral. Again, arched to neutral. One leg slides straight back, other leg slides straight back, and find that solid plank position. When we go into down dog, we're going to do it by initiating with the tailbone. So you feel like you're drawing your belly up towards the ceiling, and the hips press straight back. The shoulders to the spine, make that nice straight line. I've put myself in a position here where you can't see my legs because I know that you know the legs don't need to be straight, but the back and the shoulders should. So the knees can be bent as they need to have the spine in that neutral position, and the shoulders are right next to the ears, arms to the spine, a nice straight line. And then we're going to work on the serratus press again, our shoulder blade press again. Head comes toward the floor, and the head comes away from the floor. You're working on scapular control. Now the arms are over the head, so it's a little different. Any pain in the shoulder with this, you go back to hands and knees. So you do scapular presses, scap presses, with the hands on the ground in this down dog position. For just a couple, find neutral, kind of someplace in the middle that feels comfortable. And then when it's time to transition back into plank, you're going to do it by pulling the hands toward the feet to find that solid plank position. Shoulder blade press to go back up. Maybe a couple of those shoulder blade presses. We want the shoulders packed in down dog. We don't really want them scrunched up against the ear. We want them to be down and back towards those back pockets. You've heard me say that again. This is not the last time you're going to hear me say that. That shoulder packing is really important to keep the shoulders stable so that the arms can move well. And so in down dog, we want the same thing. We want the shoulders kind of down and back towards the back pockets. You can even also kind of feel like the elbows are kind of hugging in toward each other so that that elbow crease is almost facing forward, and that helps engage the rotator cuff, again, to further support the shoulder. So high plank, back to down dog. Pull the hands forward to get back to plank, and back into down dog. Again, emphasis on pulling pattern and a lot of great stability to kind of build on that for the rest of your training. Have fun. Hit me up with any questions. Make sure you're following Kaya Moves channel on YouTube, and you're going to find more details over at Kaya Moves on Instagram. Have fun.